So, Electric, please tell me about your opinions on the government.
Look, I just don't want no big city, slicker, government types coming around, knocking on me door and telling me to make WPF drugged power rankings. But this is the last time I'll accept a big city government slicker coming around, bigwig knocking on my door and telling me to make WPF drugged power rankings. Alright?
Thankfully, you have to because I said so.
Because you're a bigwig city slicker government type who came around and knocked on me door and told me I had to make WPF drugged power rankings.
Yeah, I did.
Season 13. Are we recording? I hope we are.
I kind of hope we're not, but unfortunately we are.
This is what these big city, wig slicker government types, the kind of type you would expect in a live-action adaptation, would be played by a brought back from his younger days John Travolta in the height of the Grease era to be portrayed. This is exactly what they like to do.
Please
you come into my house, you knock on my door, you play board games with me, and then you're like, oh, we gotta record WPF Drought power rankings.
You come into my house, you suck my dick, you call me gay, and we then rank with
that
power.
That wasn't your house, that was your mother's house.
Welcome to, the power rankings. Yeah, we're doing this now. Enjoy.
Indeed we are.
If, for those of you who don't know, this is basically where we look at the teams.
We rank the teams from 1 to 16, and then we average it out with Raoul's ranking, just so the rankings are all terrible.
Yeah, and basically that's just,
if there are any positions that you think are wrong, I recommend you put a pipe bomb in Raoul's mailbox.
Yeah, or Electric's, not mine though. I was fighting for you. I was fighting the good fight. These are basically based on the teams.
You're like, I'm going to take the one who is the most mentally unstable and intentionally rank them lower in the tie.
Yeah. Anyway, next, there was some ties.
We were earlier talking about how Mr. Fancy Keith with his German car, he's never going to make it out in the real country. That's why he shops at Sneed's Seed and Feed.
Anyway, yeah, so basically we're just ranking yada yada yada. I think you guys know the drill, but if you don't, basically it's just this is a thing that's done for fun. It's literally just based on what we think, which doesn't really matter in a lot of cases. Most power rankings are wrong, but let's have a look at what we think is the worst team.
Put down or hurt by these power rankings, we apologise from the bottom of our hearts.
So, for example, Kix can feel very upset at our power rankings.
16 with the Sun Gazeers.
Yeah, so why is it this low, Mr.
Because all it does is set Trick Room for abusers that are just kind of mid. And then it spent a lot of points on Dragapult and Gyarados just to, DD with them, but they're not spread moves, so why?
Yeah, it's a bit,
just seems indexed very hard on Trick Room for a team that spends a lot on fast mode mons that it doesn't support particularly well, because Hariyama is a good mon, but it doesn't work outside of Trick Room in Psychic Terrain.
Yeah, because, that's a bit of an issue. It does have really good Trick Room setup in DD and Hatterene, but again, it is really all or nothing on the Trick Room, and if it's
DD sets Trick Room, but if your opponent clicks Light Screen, and it's just, if your opponent can stall out Trick Room at all, if they have any form of counterplay whatsoever, then you're on the fast mode, and the fast mode is not very well supported.
Yeah.
Round 1 is not the normal time that a player takes Dragapult.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Dragapult in this meta, to be honest.
It clicks Dragon Darts.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think some of the mons here are pretty decent, like Hariyama's good, and DD's good, Gyarados is good, Dragapult is good. There's I think the top 6 are all good mons, it's just that, it's a bit awkward, in general, and I think it's a bit too heavy on the Trick Room, and...
What I understand, they brought Meowth week 1.
Yeah.
That should tell you a lot about their top 6.
Yeah. I don't know. Really, just.
I mean, team's all right. Team can win games. It's just someone has to be on the bottom, and I think this is the team. I don't know if this was my bottom. No, I don't think this was my bottom. No, this was not my bottom. But
it was.
It just
Yeah, it was my bottom, but
yeah. It was your entire ass.
Yeah.
Speaking of, here's just like the same team, but slightly better.
Yeah. So here is iPet Bigfoot with the Wine Weavers. The other Dragapult team. I guess you know our opinion on Dragapult.
This is the aforementioned Weavile porn thing from the previous thing, and we checked today, and subsequently it's been removed from the internet, which means someone saw the video that I don't think you've even uploaded yet at the time of recording. Someone has seen that video and taken down their Weavile foot fetish fan art.
Yeah.
But judging by the fact that their name is iPet Bigfoot, it probably was commissioned by them or some shit. You know.
Yeah.
Not shopping.
So,
Pagadrol, this is just a rain team with a Pagadrol for some reason, and the Garganachi for some reason. You know, Gastron's fine if you want to click Surf. The problem is that your other mons don't really want you kicking Surf. You know, Mugus can recover off it, which is okay, but yeah, it's whatever. Dreadbolt's not going to like it. Dragonbolt's not going to like it. Kingambit's not going to like it, and you can be damn sure Garganacl is not going to like it. So you know, it's okay. It's just
like this is a top 7. This team has 7 mons on it, and like
one of them is Dreadnought.
Yeah, and they're a bit, you know, which
one
is
of them
good
is
in the rain.
on a rain team. This team doesn't have a Trick Room setup, even in like the 1-pointers. I don't believe Fido wants Trick Room. I know Magikarp definitely does not. I don't know why they didn't pick up a 1-point Trick Room setup.
Yeah, and also like, so do you want to know? There's a speed gap between Dragapult and the next fastest Pokemon, which is Magikarp.
Okay, you Dreadnought and then Dragapult.
No. Oh yeah, but like, so just like, let's say, you know, like outside of rain, right? So it's Dragapult, and then the next fastest Pokemon is Magikarp, which is a bit.
Well, that on average is a pretty good speed tier. You know?
Yeah,
you want to go 142 to 90.
Yeah, which it is 90, a bit steep.
Anyways, I'm looking at
I don't think so.
Right now. I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, they're in Pool A. Let's see if there is a 1-pointer that they could set Trick Room with.
I don't know. It's just Magikarp. Like, it's a bit of a meme pick, but like.
Yeah, Fido was also a mean pick. But you
no, Magikarp is base 80 speed.
In 1 point.
Magikarp is base 80 speed.
Base 80.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it gets faster when it evolves.
Yeah, but like, so basically, it's just it really is just a 7-point team, and then
Drifloon's a phenomenal mon in 1 point.
Yeah.
I must be looking at the wrong pool because it's just Fido is not taken. They have Fido.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, it must be in pool 2, where Drifloon is still not taken. I mean, it's taken in Drizzle, but not in Drought.
Yeah, but like basically
Ghastly.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Hatenna and Hatchram, which get Trick Room now and are a lot better.
Yeah.
Hatchram is honestly phenomenal now with Trick Room. Last gen it was really bad because it did not get Trick Room, but now it does, so it's good.
Yeah.
So like they could easily have picked up a Pokemon that served a purpose on this team, and then they didn't.
Yeah, which is kind of like, I think hurted a lot of people's.
I think Shuppet might also have Trick Room now.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just really the only speed control option is Pelipper, and it's just that. Then like
it's fine. It's a fine speed control option. It's not great.
Yeah.
You've got manual Thunder Wave, and then Stun Spore. I think Polt and Kingambit both get Thunder Wave. Gastrodon might, Garganacl might. Honestly, Pelipper might. But
yes. It's just
the speed control is already a speed control, which is just not amazing. And no slower end speed control is awkward when you have a lot of really good Trick Room abuses.
Yeah, like I think just Trick Room setup, this team becomes a lot better, but without it just kind of struggles.
I don't intend to hate against any of the baby mons and like picking mons that you want to pick because you want to pick them, but Slowpoke is even free, and that mon is very good. Like there are a bunch of Pokemon they could easily have picked in 1 point that would have made this team genuinely better. And instead they picked meme picks, and that's just you can do that, but it's just going to result in your team being lower.
Yeah, alrighty.
And now we finally have an answer to the eternal question that has always been asked.
What's the eternal question?
Do you want to lead into the eternal question?
I don't know what the eternal
the
question
next
is,
tab?
but yeah, okay, brambling, but at what cost?
Bramblin. but at what cost?
Yeah. Well,
answer
the cost is 1
14
point.
PLs.
Yeah, and 1 point because it costs 1 point to pick up round 1.
That's true, but also 14th in PLs. So they have a very powerful 4 ghost type team.
Yeah.
With the Mousehold is their only ghost resist.
Yeah, it's just a bit rough.
They don't
this
have a
team's...
dark resist.
No, it's got some.
They don't have a rock. No, sorry, they do have a rock. No, there was another type you said they never resist to.
It's I think it's though that they don't have. They've got 1 fire resist and 1 ice resist, and it's the same Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was 1 ice resist.
Yeah,
which doesn't resist freeze dry.
Yeah, so they've just got a lot of issues with defensiveness, but like it's actually still probably a team that can like do things.
I mean, the team can cheese games.
Yeah,
you just kind of need to run everyone offensive, right?
Yeah, basically, it's like hyper offensive tailwind team essentially. Which it'll get some wins occasionally here and there.
Yeah, it's tailwind, tailwind and quash speed control.
Yeah,
that's basically the point.
Which is like and then it's got like some okay priority and like rock dust and stuff like that, but just it's just a bit lacking defensively because again, as much as I like the idea of 4 ghosts, there's still 4 fucking ghosts. Yeah.
And like Mistravis is fine. I think there's another Sableye Mistravis team coming up.
Yeah.
But Annihilate Sableye is not great. You generally want someone that resists Fairy or is neutral to Fairy. Having 2 Fairy resists, which don't really... I mean, they have, like, Corviknight covers for Toxtricity. Tox technically covers for Corviknight, but not really. It's just a bit awkward.
Yeah. Still, though, they're like... yeah. It can definitely, especially if it like gets speed control down.
All of these teams can choose out wins.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think this team is good.
No.
I had a line
it's not consistent.
below which I had teams that I didn't think were good. And this was below the line.
Yeah. Okay.
Along with our next team.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should just mention Mousehold. Sorry, for those of you unfamiliar with new Pokemon, Annihilate has a Rage Fist, which is a 50 base power move that is boosted up by 50 base power each time it takes a hit.
Yeah.
So that's multiple hits of single contact moves. It does not get boosted by Sandstorm and other forms of passive damage.
It does get boosted.
Mousehold can beat up it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so each individual proc that. So that was like a common strat.
Like
it can also bulk up. Rotom can Nasty
Yeah.
Plot. Corviknight can Tailwind. It can Iron Defense. It can bulk up.
Like,
whatever.
I
Fox can shift gear.
I do want to say that Mousehold and Nightleap is a really good combo together. Like this is a team that like does have some decent combo. Yeah, but like I think Mousehold and Nightleap's like the meta combo sort of thing. Like there's some
it
decent.
was for a while. It's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, but like there's some decent like synergies here. Just
There's decent synergy. It's just that it lacks just like a little bit more.
Anyway, I already kind of clicked on it, but then we went back to it. So this isn't a surprise for anyone. Number 13 is Terminals. The Woobat Socks. Yeah, I don't like this team very much. I don't get it.
I had this team as my bottom team.
Did you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's like, okay, so you got Grimmsnarl, and that's pretty cool. But like,
this team seems very incredibly anti-synergistic. Like this team is Grim, Rabska, and Orthworm, which is like a hyper supportive defensive options, and then Baxcalibur, who does not synergize well with them at all, as the main abuser, and then Breloom and Noivern, who are too frail, and then Gastrodon, who doesn't really need it, but then I guess is kind of like, what are you doing? You're giving it a sub so that it can set up stockpile.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that bad with Baxcalibur. It's just like, I think it would be better with a different poke. It does seem a bit odd. Also, Gastro is good and all, but like, a big thing with Gastro is that water, immune to water type attacks, but this team's got one water weakness, and it's Growlithe. It just seems a bit.
I don't understand what this team has to do with Wooster.
I don't think Woobat is in the
Format?
decks.
No, it's
No.
not. But I don't understand what it has to do with Worcester.
I don't know what a yeah.
Worcester's a place in the UK, I reckon.
No, it's a source, isn't it? It's a source.
No, that's Worcestershire.
Yeah, same place.
No,
I guess there's
Worcester's in the region, but
Revival
Worcestershire source
Blessing,
is not from Worcester.
but like,
It's in the West Midlands.
how good is Revival Blessing in VGC? Like,
Also, I
that's
think there's a
genuine
Worcester
question.
in the US as well.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wonder if there's one in Australia. There's probably one in Australia. Right?
Yeah, it's a town of 10 people, like every single Australian town. Yeah, I don't know how good Revival Blessing is in
Just
VGC.
propaganda. You are not immune to propaganda. Worcester.
I don't know.
No, there are 3 Worcesters outside of the UK and the US.
Okay.
Worcester, Limpopo in South Africa. Worcester in the Western Cape in South Africa. I suppose those are in 2 separate areas of South Africa, but they're both in South Africa. And then Worcester Summit in Antarctica, which I've actually heard of before.
Okay. On a slightly more relevant note.
North Worcester.
Yeah, on a slightly more relevant note. How good is
Relevant's
Revival
good.
Blessing?
Like
in
these
VGC?
Pokemon individually are good. The Tailwind is, it's kind of okay. It's a bit awkward. I don't know what I'm supposed to Revival Blessing, to be honest.
Yeah. Dex, I guess.
Like, I guess,
don't know.
right? Like, it was the thing of, I guess it's Baxcalibur, but it doesn't really position in a way that makes that much sense to Revival Blessing Baxcalibur.
Yeah. Well.
Like, having your support pieces all share weaknesses with the main mon you're supporting is awkward.
That is true.
That's it.
they all
Gastron's
do.
pretty well supported. It's the only grass weakness on the team, and they've got a lot of grass resists.
Basically every Pokemon except.
But if I was to
Pokemon.
try and support one of these mons well, it'd be Baxcalibur or Breloom, so...
Okay. Next Pokemon. Next team is
Alright.
Toxin
We have
Alpaca.
the first team that was over my "this is a good team" line.
Yeah. Toxin Alpaca,
I'm
the
just
New
using my
York
heart.
Nihiligos.
So this team is a bunch of random Pokemon, but they vaguely work together well.
Yeah.
So, like, I had the concern that Gengar and Lycanroc is this team's fastest, boosting, with a Nasty Plot, Gengar, and Swords Dance and Lycanroc, and they don't really take that much advantage of Grim-style screens, so that means it's kind of like a fake-out bot for them. Like, Dragonite is only getting +1 with Dragon Dance, Taurus is only getting +1 Bulk Up, Slowbro is only getting +1 with Calm Mind, or it's Iron Defensive with Body Press, which is okay, but relatively slow as far
I
as
mean,
stuff goes.
screens are still good for the DD because, like.
Yeah, they are good. I was talking about in the sense of game speed, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad for Dragonite. It's not even bad technically for Gengar or Lycanroc. It's just not as good as it would be if they had like a bulky Sword Stance Pokemon or Nasty Plot Pokemon. Instead, they have
Yeah.
a frail Nasty Plot and Sword Stance Pokemon. So it means that your opponent is going to get extra capacity to take advantage of you either by KOing your frail Pokemon as it sets up, or by setting up themselves.
Yeah.
Because you're
That's
not doing
fair.
as much at +1 as you are at +2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Slowbro, I believe it, is an interesting Trick Room core. Magneton's good mon. I think you said, was it this team that made trades?
No, it was.
It was the other team with
another-
Magneton
Yeah.
there. Which,
Yeah.
we'll get
What
to
is
at
the
some
Trick
point.
Room setter here? Oh, Slowbro. Yeah. That's
Slowbro.
fair.
And
Yeah, that
Gengar,
makes
but
sense.
Slowbro.
Yeah, okay, it's Slowbro.
So Grimstone, yeah, I don't love the screens as much on this team.
Yeah,
It feels
I
pretty...
mean, the screens is good with the Trick Room mode. Like, it definitely is good with the Trick Room mode. Like,
Is that better than clicking offensive moves on Trick Room? You only have so many
Yeah,
turns
true.
for Trick Room. You need to be
that's
fast,
true.
right?
That's true. I do want to take a note to say Donphan is a goat this gen. It's got
Ice Spinner.
it got Ice Spinner. It's therefore a worse Mamoswine. That Mamoswine doesn't exist. Therefore,
It
it's the best
removes Our
Mamoswine.
Believer's Dream.
Oh shit! No, anti-synergy. Ah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Basically, I think we covered it pretty well, pretty succinctly. It's still fine. I don't think any of the teams are out and out terrible, but yeah, that's just really what it came down to in our minds.
Hmm.
Alrighty, number 11 is Dolphin Slayer with the McKinney Mantines. This is the one that made trades. So we didn't know whether to base it off the one that made the trades or the new
So we
one.
have the two of us based it off of the post trades, and Roe did it based off of pre trades.
Yeah, so no one's happy.
Roe hit it higher than we did.
Yeah.
So
this is the.
I don't know why they made the trades.
No, this is the other.
This is your meta team, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's got three solid.
Well, I think
Pokemon
it's quite similar to the other Rain team, where it's like that was a bit of a meta team, but this one's a bit more balanced, and I think it helps.
The other Rain team was not a meta team. They had. I guess no. It was also a Mungus.
Yeah.
It just was only 3 Pokemon on the team.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, no, I think this one's like a bit more sort of balanced, and I think it helps it a lot.
Palafin, very good. Mungus, very good. And then just like the other Pokemon are kind of like instead ofs, right?
Yeah, like
actually, Grim wasn't even in the top 15.
Well, there you go.
So Klefki's not even filling in for. It could be filling in for itself for all you know.
Yeah.
God of Bar is an okay Sylveon replacement. I don't know how Brook does as a Garchomp replacement or a Kingambit replacement.
No, but it's got Intimidate. It's fine. It's one of the few knockers in the format, I think. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Rain's strong. Rain's really strong.
Yeah.
Rain is just like it's strong.
Yeah, and it's got like
Move's good.
This also like Prankster Thunderwave as well for some speed control.
It's cash with hydration.
Oh, it's broken.
I don't know why.
It is a shame that Wishcash is
points,
so bad. What? Yeah, it's like 1 or 2 points. It's ridiculously cheap.
2 points. I mean, I reckon it's probably
well,
your average 2-pointer.
Yeah. As in, like, it's. I'm not saying it's good value. I'm just saying it's cheap. You know. Like I'm cheap. That doesn't mean I'm good value. Yeah. Yeah. Really, just basically like the Palafin gets buffed in the water, a Moongoose is good in rain. Yeah, no. Just a pretty solid rain team, really.
Indeed.
Not much more to say. Next one is Ski Dude's Die Grit. This team, I think I had this a bit lower, or did I? I don't remember. And I don't want to look it up because I'll just say it. I don't know. It's a bit
all in on Sarah Ledge.
Yeah, it's got like it's got.
I mean, like it's got Pokemon that are good. It's very I'm not that sure, but they're very fast in terms of game speed. Yeah, you'd expect this team to be closing games out pretty quickly. Only really Tauros bulk up is kind of slow, and then Clodsire potentially in Trick Room with the Gardevoir as a setup.
It does have
is slow in terms of thing because Clodsire is a good mon in terms of slow gameplay, but this team doesn't really build into that at all because Sizzle's lost Roost, so you've lost your incentive to go with more defensive Sizzle variants, which means you just fast.
Yeah, and
this team, it kills Pokemon fast and effectively. It just doesn't do much more. It doesn't have. It's got 1.5 long game mons. I'm not counting Clodsire.
I also don't like
Mousehold, Tauros, and then technically Clodsire.
It also doesn't have a single flying resist, which is a bit awkward. Like there's some pretty bad type matchup things. Yeah, bit awkward in that. It does have good setup, that sort of thing, which is nice, but it's not. It doesn't have the best protection for the setup, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just don't think it supports the setup. That there are ones that set up Sizzle has SD, that sort of thing. Sarah has SD, but I don't think the team actually can set up without it losing a lot of momentum.
I mean, he gets one turn, and then it just explodes, right? Because they do have Sword Stance, they have a Nasty Plot. I wouldn't be surprised if Palmo got Sword Stance. But I don't think you can really fit the Calm Mind and the Bulk Up in as much.
Yeah.
Maybe a Tidy Up with Fake Out, it's just that your Fake Out mod is Palmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This team's Trick Room is, they just have anti-Trick Room, not Trick Room themselves, which I think is not a great thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
God of War sets Trick Room, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it learns Trick Room, but if your Trick Room team is God of War, what's enabling God of War to set Trick Room? Mousehold or Palmer, both fast, frail Pokemon.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, Mousehold isn't always frail, but it's very fast.
Yeah.
And then your Trick Room abuser is Sizzler and Clodsire. You know, theoretically, Ceruledge and Rotom can, but they aren't naturally do it, or it's God of War itself.
Yeah.
And then they're all just not, you know, it's very difficult to get into a position where you're going to be getting Trick Room and using that effectively in those turns.
This team is definitely much more Tailwind focused, that is true.
Its Tailwind set is Sizzle and Murkrow. I don't know why they have Murkrow when they have a better Tailwind setter. I don't know why this team has Murkrow. I think that's basically where I'm at.
Yeah.
They have a lot of Pokemon that want one turn to set up before they go out, and then they just have a Pokemon that does not afford that and is meant to be for immediate breakers, of which really only Gardevoir and Mousehold are great options.
Yeah.
Like Taurus can.
Ceruledge can.
With Mirror Herb, it definitely can. No, Ceruledge is a bit slow.
Okay.
Shadow Claw just is not. Poltergeist, you know.
Fair.
Air Blitz is okay, but you like Bitter Blade, right? Like, that's one of the main selling points. So yeah, I have my hesitations with this team.
Alright.
But yeah, it's fine. Okay, now
team, number
for
9.
something lighter.
Lily's cat. Look at that. Oh,
Are we just like grouping up
logo
similar
of all
Pokemon? You know, we had like
I think so.
the first two Dragon Ball teams, and then
I mean,
is there a single Pokemon? I don't think there's a Pokemon common between the 14th and 13th team, but I'm going to blame that on Row.
Yeah.
And then we had the
basically
two
we just were
Magneton
like,
teams, and then the Magneton team went from a Gardevoir to another Gardevoir, and now we've gone from a Murkrow to another Murkrow, and Rotom Cut.
Yeah.
Why Murkrow Rotom Cut? I don't know.
Yeah, we have Aku, Lily's cat, with the best logo of all time, because, you know, it is a cat.
Lily's cat.
It is very, very strong.
Is that the Twilight trilogy on the...
Hyperanalyze. Quick. You have to, you know, enhance. Enhance! Oh shit. I tried to do the scroll thing, but I just changed the slide.
Do you spoil it?
Oh no, it went back, it's fine.
I went back.
It's really, this is a bunch of solid mons, but like not as in like singular solid mons, and then it's got a bit of a cohesive plan to it.
You know, like the Life Orb Azumarill on this team, Gallade now with Sharpness is really good. Obviously, Garchomp is very immediately offensive, and people need to appreciate it. It's got Disquake. Skeledirge can very much do a faster game speed. I don't like that Gallade is the Trick Room setter. Skeledirge is good in Trick Room. It's fine in Tailwind, but it's good in Trick Room, and Azumarill really does prefer Trick Room to Tailwind.
Yeah.
Lokix and Florges are just kind of on the team, and Stonejourner. I think there is a good Stonejourner team with Azumarill, because I think it lets it KO some Pokemon that it shouldn't KO.
Yeah, how much extra is Power Spot?
1.2.
Yeah, that's a bit significant with all the other boosts. That Azumarill just kind of gets. Yeah.
So, I mean, team good. This is probably a team that would benefit from Fake Out.
Yeah.
As far as the non-Fake Out teams going, because it's got a lot of Pokemon that are threatened pretty hard by opposing Pokemon, and are relying on that first turn of Tailwind. But instead of, you know, even putting aside the ability for an opponent to disrupt that first turn of Tailwind, it still is kind of in that awkward position of what do I do if my if I'm not getting that Oko. I don't have that Fake Out to try and ensure that. And if you're not getting that Oko turn 1, are you like protecting with your partner slot, or are you just like letting your opponent get a KO? Because if you're not getting both their Pokemon, they're probably getting one back on you.
Yeah. So, yeah, bit of a high. It's a bit of a high octane team, but you know. I think I had
it can be
bit higher than what it was placed.
It just requires a lot of it requires a lot of very aggressive play, and it's very easy for opposing players to punish this team. Yeah. Which is just not an issue most teams tend to face.
Alrighty.
Speaking of a team that doesn't tend to face their opponent, just like changing the game positioning up on them, this team doesn't really care what their opponent does very much at all.
It's Hot CK with the East Coast Chloruses.
This is the other Mr. Government Man. I mean, he doesn't work for the government. I'm not at liberty to reveal what he does do, but from what I understand, he's pretty ruddy good at it.
He's an agent. Anyway,
he's a real estate agent. He's a realtor.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
This is another team that doesn't have fake out, but like it's just kind of good.
Most of these teams have fake out. I think we looked and it was like 7 of the teams have fake out.
No, I think actually a lot significantly more than you remember.
I don't know. Well, like depends. Are we counting Palmer?
But regardless, yeah, this is just a decent tail room team. Toad Scribbles with the Trick Room, and then Hydreigon and T-Flame with the Tailwind with good old Bramblegast, or Solitaire, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's just a pretty competently put together team. Yeah, really just sort of solid options. Hydreigon is probably one of, if not the best Pokemon in this format. It's a bit ridiculous at how good it is.
Yeah, it's definitely really solid.
Yeah,
a lot of very good traits.
Yeah, especially with the ability to Terra. Can really take advantage of that defensively and offensively. Yeah, like, obviously Steel, Levitate, but just in general. Then Garkanackle, and I don't know, like, what do you want from me? It just seems like a pretty solid team.
We're counting a DD female as this, and I'm going to put it on the Kinder as well.
I'm being fact-checked. Yeah.
I'm fact-checking my own statement.
Okay. Yeah, no, really, there's not that much else I kind of want to say about this team other than it's fun.
It's just fine.
Yeah.
It's like it's got a good Trick Room setter, it's got 2 good Tailwind setters, it's got Pokemon that function in them. It also has Altaria, which is like specific tech cases. Having multiple Tailwind setters is good for Bramblejast.
Yeah.
I like Tauros. It's a very good mod.
Yeah, no, I'm basically pretty down with that. Yeah, I just think Hydreigon and Talonflame's a good combo.
So 9 teams have what I would consider to be good fake out, and then I have 2 teams that kind of have fake out, which is one DD female is their only fake out user, and the other one is Pormo as their only fake out user.
Yeah.
But then 5 teams with no fake out.
Well, there you go. Okay. Next team.
Speaking of teams with no fake out.
The Cowboy Kings, Dragoon Dog.
Wanna be a cowboy.
This team's just very offensively frightening. I think that's fair to say. I think it's fair to say that
this team is just like a chess team, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing:
distract that makes your opponent not want to play the game.
Yeah. Here's the thing with this team:
drops after playing this, even if they beat you, because they just had no fun whatsoever.
There are a lot. There are a lot of
my opponent to enjoy the concept of playing Pokemon. I want my opponent to quit playing competitive Pokemon altogether because they just aren't going to enjoy it. You also playing this are not going to enjoy yourself. Like, you're not going to have fun.
Yeah.
This isn't enjoyable. You're just a bad person.
Like, okay, because there's
like,
a lot of...
This is a moral failing.
There's a lot of problems with this team, like, especially defensively, like, it somehow doesn't have a poison resist. I don't understand how that's possible.
And all 4 poison weaknesses.
It's got also no ghost resist. Like, it's got no normal resist.
The only team with no poison resist.
Yeah, like, it's got a lot of issues, but at the same time...
I've seen a lot of teams that net have poison resists, but often they'll have, like, 1 resist, and it will be, like, they'll have, like, a rock poison type, Gamora.
Yeah.
And that's their poison resist. No, this team doesn't even have a single poison resist.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. And then, like, no... And then, like, the flying resist is Dean. Like, there's a lot of issues with this, but at the end of the day...
have an Indeedee.
It can scam Pokemon
have a
very well.
instead of Indeedee.
Yeah, it can scam Pokemon very well. Like, it can scam
this team is just like... If your opponent leads wrong, you can win.
Yeah, because Tatsudozo, like... It's basically a bunch of really fucking annoying cores, like Torkoal and Lilligant, Torkoal and a Trick Room setter, that, like, is also fucking terrifying if it doesn't set Trick Room, like Tatsudozo, like, you've got Redirection for Torkoal.
Scovillain's also a really good son of user.
Then you've got, like...
You've got your Rage Fist, because it's the only rock resist, and it benefits from being hit by rock moves.
Yeah. You've got Sylveon.
And Sylveon. Like, this is just a cheese team. And, like, it's just not fun. And I don't think... I would genuinely be shocked if Dragoon Dog tells someone at the end of the series that they enjoyed. They're just not telling the truth. I'm sorry.
I think they're new to Draft. Yeah,
I have no idea. I don't... Like, it's just... I played a few Tatsudozo games, and it's just not fun. Like, I had a series where I completely stomped my opponent. I didn't have fun. I had a series where it was super close and like a break neck, and I didn't have fun. I had a series where I got absolutely stomped and I didn't have fun.
Yeah.
It's just.
But fun doesn't
kind of,
affect power rankings that much. It's more just like
it doesn't. Otherwise, I would like
good.
if I was based this on how much fun it would be to put this team would be like right at the bottom.
Yeah.
Also, like I think one of the top teams is Tatsudozo, and like I don't like it. It's just good, but it's not fun.
Anyway, let's stop bullying this team for apparently being unfun. Let's go on to the next
one. You disagree? You have a Tatsudozo team. Have you been enjoying yourself?
No, because I've been terrible in that league. So I don't know if it's the anyway, number 6 is the Aurora Azelf, which is... Holy shit, we do keep leaking up. This is the other Sun team. I think it's significantly better, though, mostly because... Not significantly, but a bit better.
It's just less... No, I mean, it's definitely better.
I think just like it's...
Which can click Final Gambit.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to pivot your partner Pokemon into Dondozo, but this is the Tatsudozo.
Yeah. It's got a good Trick Room. It's got a much better Trick Room. Like, Indeedee and Almirage is a really good combination. It's still got the Torkoal Lilligant stuff. It's got Azumarill, which is a bit odd on a Sun team, but you know, with the Trick Room team, it's really good. Yeah, I think Orthworm can also shed tail pretty well, especially if
it's good on Sun because it dodges Thunder from opposing rain teams.
That's true. Like, it's just very much like, and then there's Sturgeon Azumarill again. Like, it's just got a bunch of interesting, like, decent combinations that kind of just manage to synergize well, and yeah, doesn't have a high top speed, but that's fine because it's got a lot of speed control.
It doesn't like opposing like Trace or like other things that can like pass Chlorophyll mons.
Yeah.
Because then it would just lose the speed wall entirely.
Yeah.
But beyond that, pretty alright.
Isn't that many faster? What Chlorophyll mons are faster than Lilligant? Like
Leafeon, Swordspark, Jumpluff.
Yeah, sure.
I think there's a few. And then like mons that'll live one, like your Scoville probably doesn't actually live one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's also on a Sun team. I think you run I was gonna say you run a Utility Umbrella, and then I realized that you don't get the speed boost.
Yeah.
So if it's sorted by Chlorophyll and Speed, we see that it is just the 3 Pokemon we mentioned, of which I think maybe one is drafted.
Yeah. So yeah, really, just really strong. Like, Umbreon and Indeedee has fucked me up significantly in the past. Like, just yeah. Yeah. No, it's just...
Alright,
it's a pretty classic
I take that
team.
back. None of them have been drafted.
Yeah, there you go. It's a pretty classic team combo with this. Like, it's... I think, like, I've definitely seen, like, Indeedee, Umbreon, Torkoal, Lilligant pop up a few times, and then I think there's a reason for it. It's really becoming a bit of a prominent core in draft, and probably on the ladder, I'm not sure.
Just remember, if you're about to play AZ next week, just pre-draft the Swordspark.
Yeah. Alrighty, next team, number 5, is Strife's the Lake City Linoons. This was my top team because it kind of... Yeah?
This was your top team?
I think I had this first, yeah.
What the hell?
I quite liked it.
You did in fact have it first.
I really liked it.
I had it 3rd, and then I think you said Roe had it 12th.
Yeah.
I think I can see Roe's perspective significantly easier than yours.
Oh, I fucking love this team. I don't know, it's just like...
I don't know.
It's just like...
Okay.
Yeah, I just really like tail room stuff. I think this is a really good tail room team, really good tail room... Like,
I mean, I don't think this is a great tail room team, because it's only really got... Like, the room side is very weak. The tail is fine, but if they counter tail room by having a Pokemon with 105 or higher in their offensive stat, and then clicking Terra Blast into Kilowattrel, so that your max HP Kilowattrel no longer sets Tailwind, and then they also KO your partner Pokemon because it was reliant on Tailwind.
I mean, yeah, but they've got... Then you could just also Terra your Kilowattrel, like, get, like, you know, Focus Sash. I don't know, there is definitely counterplay to it.
Yeah, but Focus Sash, like, there's like the thing of Covert Cloak loses to Scarf Terra, and then Focus Sash loses to Fake Out, which is just gross. It's not a fun position to be in. Kilowattrel's awkward if you don't have Indeedee with it. Which is why Indeedee Male is very good with Kilowattrel, because you can Terra, and then you can't be faked out or have your focus sash broken.
Yeah. I still like it. I think it. Yeah, I just think it.
Indeed, is a good terrain abuser.
I just think it's
I like
a good team.
It's a good mon. Glimmet is probably one of the best.
Oh, it's
the best Little Cup Pokemon introduced this gen. It's probably one of the best Little Cup Pokemon. Cut period.
I just think every single mon here is like good.
Unless you count as Dunsparce as being introduced this gen.
No.
I'm not sure whether Dunsparce or Glimmet is better.
You mean Dunsparce?
No, Dunsparce.
Dunsparce.
Because it was introduced to Little Cup this gen.
Oh, that's true.
Girafaridge, Girafaridge is pretty good.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking at all of the Pokemon that are legal in Little Cup, and a few of the other ones have been drafted. Like Slowpoke is good.
Yeah.
Brutal is probably fine. It's
know.
got Prankster. Snova's got a, Hippopotas. Maybe Hippopotas is better. Maybe I wouldn't bet it on it.
Doesn't Glimmet have like 100 attack?
Yeah, 105.
Yeah, 105 attack. It's broken.
But it did die to a resisted move when I had it. I've done one with it.
I think with good speed control, it's really good, and I think this team has the good speed control. As long as by good speed
control, you mean a Choice Scarf.
Yeah. Anyway, next team. I love this team though. Strife. I'm with you.
It's good. I had a top 3. I can understand Rose's position.
Number 4 was Gills, Master, Bates, and Friends.
Speaking of really good Little Cup Pokemon.
Yeah, I think this team was first in Row ranked it first. I think.
Row.
Yeah, they did.
I like this team. I don't think I had it super high.
I didn't have it super high either, but yeah, it's fine. It's decent.
You had 6th, I had 7th. Rue had it first. Yeah. I reckon. I don't have any problem with where it's.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
I understand this in first more than Strikes in first, despite the fact that I rank Strikes higher.
I see.
I think the decision making is all pretty arbitrary, and I can understand being more taken with this team than I am.
Yeah, it's another Hydreigon Talonflame team, which is just pretty good. Let's get
have some Ramblghast. No, it's got a lot of insane breakers.
Yeah.
This is just immediate offense out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Meowscarada is absurd. Sableye is really good support. Gyarados can abuse that 1 turn extra that it is able to get. Mischievous is a really good anti-trick room mon. Its Eviolite is pretty tanky. If you've seen what I did with Pumpkaboo, this mon is so much better than
Especially
Pumpkaboo.
with
or just as funny.
Especially it's got 85 super def. It's ridiculous.
I believe it has higher physical defense than Fluttermane.
Wouldn't be surprised actually.
By 5 in its HP and Phys def. It's either that or Fluttermane's higher in 5.
Yeah, then
Pokemon Worlds Mistreators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fluttermane is 55. Yeah, Fluttermane's 55, 55, 55. And Mistreators is 60, 60, 60. I know that I've run even in prison on this. Not in prison. Mean Look. And then just sub with a partner Pokemon to try and remove particularly annoying options.
There is some weaknesses.
Original's also pretty good.
Yeah, there is some weaknesses to this team. Really bad fairy matchup. It's only Ice Resistance Cryogonal, so I don't think there is one. But if you play a Titan Hail team, it's really rough in terms of switching into it.
Yeah, no Hail teams.
Yeah, I think there is one team that has Hail.
I don't think we've seen an Abomasnow, and I know there's not one coming up.
Yes, there is.
Oh no, there's an Abomasnow. No,
yeah.
I stand corrected. There's a single Abomasnow. There's no
Titan. But basically, apart from that, it's a bit more than nitpicks. It's pretty good.
There was was it Slowking with the other Baxcalibur?
Yeah.
No, there wasn't Slowking with the other Baxcalibur.
Anyway,
it was Rabsca.
Yeah,
Rabscalibur combo, as it is known.
Lot of strong offense here, and
it's got strong offense, and it's also got mons that can go in the medium term, and it really breaks opposing. It's like a bounce breaker.
Yeah,
but it has those options where you explode their offensive option, and then the Hydreigon or the Florges or the Cryogonal can really do annoying stuff in the long game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Meowscarada is one of the most effective Trick Room setters in the current format.
I love that that's a thing.
If we go back to the list, so Meowscarada number 2 Mon, Hydreigon number 5 Mon. And no, Talonflame didn't quite cut the mustard. I thought it did, but I guess it didn't quite.
Okay, well, the next team, number 3, is Accidental's Vegas Night Marchers.
See, this team has one of the most broken Pokemon of all time.
For a giraffe.
It's absurd. This Pokemon is absurd.
I love for a giraffe.
It lives banded Terra Normal Giga Impact from Dragonite. Like, you can't, even if you full commit to it and leave yourself very vulnerable to counterplay, you don't even remove it. It's just dumb. This Pokemon is so, like, it's absurdly strong. I think it has 120, 110, 120 base special attack.
I think it's 120.
It's got the Twin Beam move that allows it to attack through sashes. It's got Hyper Voice with Throat Spray that allows it to be very offensively potent. And like, you slap a berry on this, and if they click Giga Impact, you take 90%, and then you heal back to 43. And then their partner Pokemon doesn't KO you either.
It's also just got Goldango, which is also absurd, and
and Goldango is the best model in the format. It's
got a good Trick Room core with it's got a good Trick Room with Mudsdale. Like,
it's got Pawmot with Dragonite, which is one of the best things Pawmot can revive, is a E-Speed Dragonite, but everything else on this team also functions pretty well with it. If the Pharaoh Giraffe dies, just they crit you with the Giga Impact. You can Revival Blessing it and have it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it heals Citrus Berry when it comes out.
I have no idea. I think Pawmot, Revival Blessing, like Dragonite's a really good target for Revival Blessing because,
Pharaoh Giraffe also has Ally Switch, which is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Shroodle's funny.
It's got Prankster.
Spewper is also funny. Yeah, Shroodle's got Prankster, Spewper's got Friend Guard, and Rage Powder. This team could definitely set a Dragonite up.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Pawmot's a good fake out user. There are in this team, if you're looking at the top 4, you're seeing a couple Pokemon get repeated, being Meowscarada, Golden Joe, Pawmot, and Pharaoh Giraffe.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next team, number 2, is Tyler B's Argentina Ampharos. This is another Tetsudozo team.
You mean Argentina?
Argentina.
Not Argentina.
Argentina.
They don't have Tinia. Don't.
Yeah, Tetsudozo team decides quite strong with Goldango, which is quite a strong Pokemon.
One thing I will never truly understand.
Yeah.
Is my brain is dying. I had a joke and then I've forgotten it. Why is their logo the El Salvadorian flag?
Because it's the Argentina flag.
But you're not supposed to say the joke. I think it's also like the Nicaraguan flag.
Oh,
There's like 2 blue bands with a white thing in the middle.
Why do they all have Ampharos on them then? I don't want answers.
That's a very good question that I think you'll have to bring up with the government in San Salvador.
Yeah. This team's pretty.
Is it Nicaragua City? I think Ciudad de Nicaragua.
This is just another.
No, it's Managua. I'm sorry, it was Guatemala City.
It's just a broken team. I don't really know what to say. Like, Pawmot is good to bring back Goldango.
To bring back Dondozo as well. That's literally just like second place in a tournament with Pawmot Dondozo team.
Yeah.
The only bad Pokemon on this team is like Crook.
You just hate Crook. Crook's fine.
I do. I don't think it's good. Pyro is really good. Fungus is really good. Squawkabilly has use cases. Like I just saw someone absolutely decimate with Pyro because if you don't respect it, it can smash through your team.
Yeah,
it's a decently strong special attacker with normal and fire moves and Unnerve.
Yeah.
And Unnerve is strong.
Yeah. No, just solid team all around, really. Like, I don't think it has a Trick Room setter, so like that's annoying. But then it's got like Dondozo and Fungus for anti-Trick Room stuff anyway, so it's not like you said Trick Room.
I don't know what the Trick Room setter would be for. Like regular Dondozo.
Yeah, I guess possibly. True. But like they've got it's not like they've got counterplay. I don't know. It's just I'm just trying to list things, man.
Okay, Golden Joe is really dumb.
Yeah. Alrighty, and the best team left is the Tinker
Oh my god,
Titans.
who would have thought it would be the Annihilate Baxcalibur team? No person could ever have looked at this and be like, you know what I think Keith and Electric like? Well, I think they're big fans. You know, the Mancini the Amazing himself is a big fan of Annihilate Baxcalibur.
Yeah,
No one would ever have said
Baxcalibur
that.
are just like really broken Pokemon.
Oh yeah, sorry, on the previous team,
Oh, yep.
Goldengo, Tatsukiri, and Londozo are all like top 10 Pokemon
Yeah.
at Liverpool, and they're just absurd. They're just absurd.
Yeah.
But yeah, Annihilate, Baxcalibur, very good. Volcarona, Tinkaton, really good support. Patchy,
I mean, it's got its
is
cases.
pretty. You know, it's all right. It seems weird
Yeah,
with
won
Volcarona.
Worlds that one time. Remember that one time won Worlds?
Sage
Remember?
Park, Pachirisu won Worlds.
Do you
You're telling me
remember?
that Pachirisu, coached by Sage Park, won Worlds?
Wow. And then yeah, like
There was a team that was coached by Sage Park, famous South Korean player. Previously, I think I forget if they also won Worlds in seniors the previous year. I know that they played in seniors. I think it might have been the year before, but it could have been the year before that, and they had been quite successful. And then they won Worlds in the Masters division with Pachirisu.
yeah. And then just for a giraffe is like also a really good support Pokemon.
This
Where he talks
gives
about
plus 1 defense to Baxcalibur with Obama. Paradraft is broken.
it. Yeah. It's just got like
Toxapex has Wide Guard, and Bombardier is pretty good.
yeah. Like I
Like
think
its stats are kind of good.
in terms of like weaknesses, I guess like Toxapex is the only fire resist, so you might need to bring in a little more than you want to. But that's really the only nitpick I can think of. It's a very strong team. It's just got Baxcalibur and Annihilate, and then also Volcarona just really can destroy your team. And then you've just got very ample support
Paradraft
with
and
the rest of the
Bombardier and
Pokemon.
Tinkaton are no slouches. And Abomasnow is... If you're some of these slower teams we've seen, they can slap a Scarf Bomb, a Abomasnow against you, and you're going to be taking a Blizzard before anything else happens.
Yeah.
Did you know that for Halucha to KO Abomasnow, do you know what move it has to click to OHKO Abomasnow?
What move?
Flying Press.
Yeah.
The signature 4x super effective move that
That's
you're fighting
fine.
and flying on.
Yeah.
Abomasnow is very bulky now.
Yeah. Just because it's
level
got the
Baxcalibur.
defense boost. Yeah. It's very strong. Like they're all. It's a great. Really, it is a great team. Like, probably Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's probably. Honestly,
you
it
were
might
ahead.
objectively be the
You
best.
had more faith in it. You put it second.
Yeah. It might objectively be the
That
best.
said, I would like to know. Raul also did put it second.
I think. What did you
When
put
second
it?
is your lowest put. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Really strong.
You put Tyler's team low.
Was it me that put Tyler's team low?
No, it wasn't. Sorry. No, it was.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, really, that's it, I suppose. So that was the power rankings. Enjoy.
Thank you all for watching. Please
don't
leave a comment
enjoy.
on my latest video whenever this comes out.
Yeah, enjoy or don't enjoy. It's free country, man.
I'm making
so,
a lot of VGC content. Please.
Yeah, subscribe to mention.
I
It'd
would
be
like
amazing.
my effort to help educate people so that they can get a better understanding of VGC. It focuses on both tournament and drop content.
Yeah, and I'm making a very basic effort to record and do stuff with my drizzle
Please.
season.
Please, I request all of you, simply, don't trust the government man when he comes around and knocks on your door. Especially if his name is the one, the only, Sheath Keldon.
Yeah, don't trust me. If I answer the door, fucking run and hide.